Children, we have to take up exercise 8.3 now. Last turn I had asked you to read through the solved examples and learn your formulas based on compound interest. Okay, so now I'm solving questions for you. First question says calculate the amount in compound interest at. First part, they've given you for rupees 10,800 for 3 years and 12.5% per annum compounded annually. Okay, so for that question now here, this amount is called as a principal. Then n, if it is annually, तो जितना year होता है once a year मिलता है हमें interest. So n actually means number of times you're getting the interest. Okay, so if it is for 3 years and it is compounded annually means once a year, तो आपको 3 time interest मिला, तो n becomes 3 here. n is same as t. Now rate was 12.5, which you'll change to improper 25/2% per annum once a year. Okay, for every year this much interest. That is your formula, must have learned by now. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus r upon 100 to the power of n. R for rate, n number of times the interest is being earned. So put your values here. This was your p. R was 25/2, 100 to the power of n की जगह आ गया 3. Okay, so 25 cancels this 4 times. This becomes 4 2s are 8 here, taking LCM. 8 plus यहाँ 1 बन गया था numerator. 8 plus 1 9. 9 upon 8 cube. Cube means multiplied 3 times. So that was your principal multiplied by 9 by 8 into 9 by 8 into 9 by 8. Cancel out as much as you can. Multiply the remaining and get your answer. Now I have done it for your reference, but children, you are not going to copy this, children. Okay, you try to do those calculations, otherwise the exercise is easy. It's all about calculation. इसमें calculations बहुत lengthy हैं. So that is what you have to practice here in exam. That is what is going to pay. तो मेरे calculation answer copy करके आपको कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. तो this is just for reference, but आप खुद try करोगे. You will do these calculations on your own and check whether you are getting your answer correct or not, plus minus into n. Okay, so that is the amount. That was the first thing you had to find. They were also asking you to find the compound interest. तो interest क्या होता है? Amount minus principal. इतना पैसा था, इतना अभी हो गया, तो इसका जो gap है, difference है, that is the interest you have obtained. So this was your amount calculated minus the principal given will give you CI. Okay. Now, second part of the question, 18,000 is principal, 2.5 years and 10% per annum compounded annually. Now, this time the time here isn't given in a fraction beta. Okay, so there is a slight different treatment you'll have to do. Principal is 18,000, fine. Then time is 2.5 years. ओके, सो इसमें अभी जब हम ये n यूज करेंगे तो उसके लिए विल हैव टू स्प्लिट दिस. विल हैव टू टेक जो हमारा होल नंबर था 2, उसको तो हम बाय फॉर्मूला फाइंड कर लेंगे इजीली टेकिंग द पावर, बट आपको रूट पार का कैलकुलेशन इज डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू. सो फॉर दैट पोर्शन वी कैन यूज अ SI formula. I'll do it stepwise, then you'll follow it. Okay, so rate was given as this. So what am I doing is this 2.5 years interest or time I'm breaking as 2 years, 2 complete years, जो by formula निकल जाएगा. For the remaining half year I will use SI. Okay, so first finding amount for 2 years out of 2.5 years. So by amount is equal to principal 1 plus r upon 100 to the power of n. 2 times, 2 years में 2 times मिलेगा. Okay, so ये simple calculations थे. Find your amount. ओके, नाउ ये 2 years के बाद अमाउंट इतना हो गया है, 2 years के बाद मनी इतना हो गया है. अभी ये जो अमाउंट हो गया है इसमें आपको फॉर कमिंग हाफ ईयर और 6 months फिर से इंटरेस्ट मिलने वाला है. ओके, सो उसमें आप ये SI का फॉर्मूला यूज करोगे. यू हैव स्टडीड दैट अर्लियर. SI इज PTR अपॉन 100, प्रिंसिपल इनटू टाइम इनटू रेट. सो प्रिंसिपल यहाँ पे जो होगा विल बी द अमाउंट दैट यू हैव ऑलरेडी ऑब्टेन्ड इन द प्रीवियस स्टेप. दैट विल बिकम योर प्रिंसिपल. ओके, बिकॉज अब ये जो अब आप आगे के टाइम को हाफ ईयर ले रहे हो, दिस इज आफ्टर 2 years एंड एट द एंड ऑफ 2 year दिस वॉज योर अमाउंट और दिस वॉज द मनी दैट यू हैड ऑलरेडी ऑब्टेन्ड. अब इस पे इंटरेस्ट मिलना है. फाइन, तो ये जो हमने अमाउंट निकालना था आफ्टर 2 years, इसको आप प्रिंसिपल की जगह रखोगे. फॉर द कमिंग हाफ ईयर टाइम हाफ हो गया एंड रेट विल रिमेन द सेम ऑफ कोर्स. सो 10 upon 100. वर्क आउट योर SI. So that is your interest. Now compound interest, we had already taken out amount here. So this amount minus principal will give you compound interest till 2 years. Okay, so for the 2 years this was your interest obtained, and for the next half year this is the interest obtained. So sum of these two will give you the total interest. So for 2.5 years इतना 2 years का है, इतना half year का है, ये add up हो जाएगा. So this will be your net compound interest. ओके, देन यू ऑल्सो हैव टू फाइंड द अमाउंट. तो अभी जो आपने पहले निकाला था दिस वॉज अमाउंट ओनली अप टू 2 years. अभी हाफ ईयर का और निकालना है. ओके, सो फॉर दैट we've done amount is principal plus interest. तो जितना यहाँ प्रिंसिपल पहुंच गया था आफ्टर 2 years, उसमें जो अभी हाफ ईयर में आपको इंटरेस्ट मिला है वो ऐड कर दो. either do it this way. Okay, principal after 2 years plus interest for the next half year will give you amount for 2.5 year. या the other way round आप इसको ऐसे भी कर सकते हो कि इनिशियल प्रिंसिपल हमारा था 18,000 एंड इंटरेस्ट आपने टोटल इंटरेस्ट निकाल दिया, टोटल कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट. तो टोटल कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट माइनस द बेसिक प्रिंसिपल, स्टार्टिंग प्रिंसिपल will also give you your amount. So it's your choice. There are two ways you can find it. Okay.